Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We have another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. And of course, we have a great meal for you tonight. I'm your host, Millie Mills. And our guest today, I'm just honored, flattered, honored, and without words to have her in the house. She is a legendary trailblazer, okay, who shattered racial barriers as the first African-American Radio City Music Hall Rockette. Let's give it up for Miss Jennifer Jones.
Oh, thank you so much, Millie. It's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Thank you so much for coming by, Jennifer. The pleasure is ours. I mean, to have a veteran actor in the house with us and all the history that comes with it. Where are you originally from?
I'm born and raised in New Jersey. So that's where my roots are. My mom is from New Jersey, and my father migrated to New Jersey from Mississippi.
Oh, really? I have family in Mississippi too. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, there's a little joke behind it. They say most of us, minorities, we even if we are on the East Coast, we got family from the South.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. So Jennifer, did you, being that trailblazer that you are, wow, did you experience any kind of discrimination as the first Black Rockette dancer?
Well, yes. Whenever there is great change, there is resistance that comes with it. So when I came onto the Rockette line in 1987, I had to learn a lot about the Rockette history, and that would take my 15 years of being a Rockette to really learn the ins and outs of how the Rockettes were founded and to my 1987 hire. And I detail in my book some of the things that I went through, but there was an incident where the PR person at Radio City pulled me aside before my Super Bowl halftime show. And she told me that nobody cares about me or my story, and I'm lucky to be there. And I took those words to heart at 20 years old. I thought she worked in PR, the media. I thought that nobody cared. I didn't think that I was old news. So there were some things that I went through that I had to peel back a lot of layers like an onion to really know that being the first Black dancer on that Rockette line has made a difference. And it shows today that many Black women can dance at Radio City Music Hall and call themselves Rockettes.
That is such an amazing story. You're so strong, and it really empowers others, to really go for their dreams. I mean, you've helped open doors and break down so many barriers. Back then, as a Rockette, did you have to be tall? Did you have height? You had to have height?
Yes. So part of the Rockettes is it's a precision dance troupe, and there is a height requirement, and it fluctuated a few years. So I think currently it's 5'5.5" to 5'10.5". And I know that sounds like a big difference, but the Rockette line is an optical illusion. They have the little ladies on the end, and they go to the tall ladies in the center. So it all looks like we're the same height, but we're not. And it's a very precise dancing. So they give specific cues on how to do arm movements. There's different leg kicks and leg heights that you have to kick. So everything is done under a microscope to get that look and feel of seeing 36 dancers on the stage looking like one.
Ooh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's skill. That takes skills and lots of practice.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And that was the founder's vision. His name was Russell Market, and the Rockettes were founded in 1925 in St. Louis, Missouri. And his vision was based off the British version of a chorus dance troupe, the Tiller Girls. And he thought if he could have a line of women that could do intricate tap dancing and do high kicks at the end that he would knock the American people's socks off. And this year is Radio City Rockettes' 100th year anniversary. And I don't think Russell could even fathom that the Rockettes would be around 100 years later. It's simply amazing.
It is. Congratulations. I know that makes you feel good to be a part of such history, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely. And to have other women, Black women and women of color to celebrate that with, I think that's truly amazing.
That is an amazing. What is the age minimum? How young, can you be or not be to become a Rockette?
Well, I think they prefer 18 only because at 18, you're not a minor. So I think 18 years old. Otherwise, I think if you're 17, a parent has to be with you in the rehearsal hall and things like that. But I believe they prefer 18.
18 years old. I always wanted to be a dancer growing up, but there was that restriction. I'm very short. I'm like 5'1". So there's always that little, back then, you had to be, like you said, at least about 5'5". You had to have a little height. But when street dance and, all of that hip hop became popular, it kind of like freed up, the reins for just about anybody. You just enjoy dancing, just go for it. You can have a career in hip hop or whatever.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, and I'm coming forward now in 2023, because I was just reading about in 23, you wrote an acclaimed children's book. It's called On the Line, Your Story Becoming the First African-American Rockette. Congratulations. Tell us about that.
Oh, so I wrote this children's book, On the Line, because when I was young, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to dance on a grand stage. My parents were big Broadway goers. And when Stephanie Mills and Hinton Battle and Mabel King and the cast of The Wiz came to Broadway, my parents took me and my sister to see the show 5 times. So at that young age, I knew that I wanted to be a dancer. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know what training I needed. I just knew that's what I needed to do. And I wrote this book because I wanted kids to follow their dreams and know that if there are challenges or setbacks, that's all part of the journey. But if it still feels right to you, to keep going in that direction. And I really love the last page of the book because I hope it fosters a conversation between the parent and child to what the child loves to do most in the world, whether it's cooking or playing soccer or dreaming of flying to the moon, whatever that is. I hope that's, sparks a conversation and they can move forward together in that direction.
That's amazing. Congratulations again. How can we get the book? I'm sure it's all over wherever books are sold online.
Yes, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, HarperCollins. And I also designed a Dancing Jen Barbie doll to go with the book because I wanted the kids to have a physical reminder that thoughts become things, dreams come true, use your imagination. So Dancing Jen is available at Walmart Marketplace online. And I just wanted the kids to have something to hold on to remember to keep going.
Oh, yay. We all need those little nuggets because daily challenges can be a lot.
Yeah, there are setbacks and challenges that come in life, but that's all making us shine brighter in the end.
In the end, it is. And that's so important. If we can just stick with things to the end, a lot of times as soon as the wind blows a little too strong, we're ready to, hey, let it go.
Yeah, I know. And, and that is when you're just on the moment of change. There's just that sometimes that little extra push, and then that's where the change is. That's where the goal is. So whatever anyone is working towards and they feel like quitting, that is the moment where you come through, and then that's where the change will happen.
Yes, that is so true. And I know
Mhm.
it sounds easier said than done,
Yes.
but it's really true. It is so
It's
true.
very true. Yes.
I understand also that your book that you just released, is now proudly part of the Library of Congress Children's Books collection.
Yes. Yes. I was notified over the summer that On the Line was chosen to be a part of the Library of Congress and the Library of Congress Book Fair to represent the state of New Jersey. And I couldn't have been more honored. It was an incredible experience. And New Jersey Center for the Book, they designed the booth. And I was there alongside them talking with all the customers that were coming up and buying the book. And it was just such a memorable lifetime experience.
And yeah, I saw that. Of course, the date has passed, but it was displayed at the National Book Festival on September 6th. So
Yes.
it just
Yes.
happened. It just happened a few weeks ago at the Washington, D.C. Convention Center. So tell us just a little bit, Jennifer, how did all this come about? And when you found out all of this was coming into place, how it made you feel?
It was such an amazing feeling. It took me a really long time to write On the Line and Becoming Spectacular. I wanted to write books for years, and just to have it be acknowledged in Washington, D.C. at the Library of Congress, representing my state of New Jersey, was an incredible feeling, and. Everything happens for a reason. It took me a long time because now is the time, and I couldn't force it to write it. So patience is key. And I just feel that life unfolded divinely in front of me. And I just feel very blessed.
Yes. And I know that's so important about the timing. That's just something
Yeah.
we struggle with as humans, about timing, because a lot of times when we set out to do things, we want or either expect it to happen, either if not right now, very soon. And
Yes.
it may take years or decades
Mhm.
sometimes, yeah, for all of that to come into play.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Patience is key. Never giving up is key. And like I said, I wanted to write about my experience for years. Uh,
Mhm.
and just, I found the right agent, I found the right publisher, and it was just being patient and having everything unfold.
Yes, yes. And since then, you have written another book, correct? You've written a second book?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Becoming Spectacular, The Rhythm of Resilience. Tell us about that.
I really wanted to write this book, and this was the book I set out to write first, but my children's book came out first. I wanted to document my experience as the first Black Rockette. I thought it was very important that if anyone did any research on the Rockettes, that there should be some information out there about what I experienced and what I went through. So it was really, really important for me to get some history in there. But I also talk about my life and my challenges. And I also battled cancer, and I talk about that as well, just so people know that there are challenges that come up in life. But if you stay strong, even when you feel the weakest, if you stay strong, that you can make a change.
Yes, yes. And that's so important, staying strong.
Yes, yes. And like you mentioned before, it's not easy, and if you have days that you cry it out, because anything that you hold in is not going to serve you. And feel those emotions that come up, because there can be frustration, there can be anger, but there's also joy and happiness. And those are the things that are worth living for, because we don't stay in that low vibration too often. You always want to resonate higher.
Resonate higher. I was kind of paused there when you said about you had cancer. I had no idea. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thank God that you survived it. And just looking at you, you're so beautiful. No one would ever guess. No one would ever guess.
Yes, at 50 years old, I went for a routine colonoscopy. And as I was coming out of my anesthesia, my doctor said that she has some bad news to tell me. She said that I have cancer and I have about 5 years to live. That was 6 years ago. So I was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer, and I was embarrassed. I didn't tell my family for a month. I was considered the healthy one in my family. I exercised every day. I was at the time vegetarian for over 25 years. And I felt ashamed. I felt embarrassed. And after a month, when I told them, I knew I had to knuckle down and just fight this with everything that I had. And I did 8 rounds of chemotherapy, and then I went through surgery. And January of 2019, I was deemed cancer-free. And now I use part of my platform to encourage people to get screened, especially in the African American community, because we are 40% more likely to get colorectal cancer and 20% more likely to die from it. And there are resources out there from the Colon Cancer Alliance, Colorectal Cancer Coalition, where you can have resources. If you can't afford a colonoscopy, they can help.
Yes. Yeah, because it is pretty expensive if you don't have insurance and all that and coverage, and even with the insurance coverage, sometimes the deductible can be
Yes.
Much. Yeah.
Yes. But there are resources out there that can help.
Yes. Thank God for that. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm glad that, you serve as an advocate, for that purpose, to help, make others aware of those opportunities. So
yes.
That's really great. So
thank you.
You're very welcome. Your career as a Rockette, I'm sure, opened many other doors for you, including your acting career. Is that correct?
Yes. I did do Broadway after my Rockette, so I was happy to say that I got my Broadway dancing in. But now I love to do commercial work, short films. I'm also looking to make a movie with Becoming Spectacular. So I would love to tackle being an executive producer as well. So I feel like I'm on another journey, and I'm looking forward to all of the other side of things to look forward to in the acting department.
Oh, yes. Tell us about some of the films, that you've been in, some of the notables that you've had the great opportunity in with.
It's mostly the commercial work that I've had. The most notable things, Nordstrom Rack. I did Tenna. I've done Casper, Lindt Chocolates, 1-800-Flowers. Now I'm drawing a blank, and several others.
Yeah.
And I do have a upcoming film that I will be working on called Ripple. So I'm looking forward to doing that short film coming up in New York City.
Yes, so good. And I know, I'm just going back a little bit. You said that you guys celebrated 100 years, the anniversary and everything. We didn't get to talk about how was it celebrated? What did you guys do?
Oh, that's coming up. That is coming up on November 19th at Radio City. Radio City is having the Rockette alumni come together for a cocktail hour at Radio City between, in the late afternoon. And then we get to see the show and we get to bring a guest with us. And so then we'll be seeing the Christmas show that evening. So, and I look forward to any other celebrations that they show or come our way.
Right. And you are also a Tony Award winner for the 2001 Broadway revival of the 42nd Street. And you have acting credits to your name and so much more. But that is so exciting. Tell us about that when you're being a recipient of a Tony Award.
It was simply amazing. 42nd Street is a heavy tap show, so there was a lot of tap work, and I was in it from the beginning to end, from 2001 to 2005. And we actually opened the Tony Awards that year at Radio City Music Hall. So I was doing Broadway, but I was at Radio City. It was very bittersweet. And our category was the first to be announced that we won Best Revival of a Musical. And it is simply amazing to be on that stage with all of my fellow actors and dancers and receive that Tony Award, which is once in a lifetime experience.
Oh, yay! And, you know what I want for you, and if I'm wrong, just tell me, just correct me, but I would, I dance too. I would love for us to have the opportunity to dance in a major music video.
Oh, I would love that. Where do I sign up?
I don't have any connections now, but I promise you, if I get the connection before you do, I would love the opportunity to say, hey, I had a chance to dance with Jennifer Jones, first African-American female Rockette. I keep saying Rockette, but it's Rockette. So yeah, I would
love that. Yes.
So I guess I'd have to make a trip to Jersey, or you can come on down to hot Austin, Texas. Either way.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for music videos.
Yeah, you guys heard it right here on Bring It in the House. We are looking for opportunities to dance.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, we have the beautiful and lovely, talented veteran actor in the house, former Rockette dancer, Miss Jennifer Jones. She stopped by to, share her, we're spotlighting all her success and achievements. And she's, sharing her awareness with us about, some of the challenges she may have faced, like cancer. And, she's got a great health message for everyone. And time is really, I can't believe how fast time is going by. So we're talking, having a good time. So there is also, I read in the information given to me that there is also a limited edition collectible doll called Dancing Jen. So, that is so great.
Yes.
I know this doll will really inspire children, I'm sure.
I hope so. And I really loved designing her. I got to choose, the makeup that she wore, her hair, the costume that she's wearing. So I really hope that kids can, really remember that thoughts become things and to never give up.
Yes. And where can we get her? Where can we get this doll?
You can find Dancing Jen on Walmart Marketplace.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Hey, when we get off the show, I'm going to be looking her up. I would love to collect her. I would, seriously. Gosh, it is so amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That'll make a good Christmas gift for some little girl or just a child, period.
Yes, absolutely. You can do a book and doll bundle.
Yes, there you go. You guys heard it from Miss Jennifer Jones. This is amazing. So if someone wanted to book you, Jen, would they just go to your website if they want to book you for an event?
Absolutely. They can go to my website, rocketgen2ns.com, and they can reach out to my manager, Mr. Jerome Brooks, and he would be more than happy to assist with anything.
Oh, that is so good. Oh, definitely. You guys heard it there. Don't forget, I'm going to put it there again. Put her website there, www.rocketgen.com. You can find out, see all the beautiful work she has done. And for those of you just tuning in, she is the first African-American female rocket dancer. She broke a lot of racial barriers and just was a trailblazer in her own right. Tell them, if you don't mind, Jen, can you just kind of tell them again what a rocket dancer is?
Yes, the Rockettes is a precision dance troupe that dances mainly in New York at Radio City Music Hall. And it's 36 women that dance across Radio City's stage. And the founder's thought process was to have all these dancers do this exact same thing and look like one dancer. And they do intricate tap routines, jazz routines, and at the end of those numbers, they do their eye-high famous kicks.
Yes.
So, yes, that's what the Rockettes are known for. The eye-high kicks, yes, at the end of each routine. And it's so nice to be in the audience and see the show and know that the kick line is coming up, and still there's nothing like it in the world.
I know. That's the part I remember as a little girl. I remember your shoes, the heel was about like that. Am I right? It
yes.
Yeah, I remember that. And how poised and precise you guys were. And then the kick.
Yes, and then the eye-high kicks. And that is really, the Rockettes are known for their elegance and the uniformity of the choreography. It's really, and to audition is it's a rigorous audition. They really hone in on getting the best of the best dancers from around the country.
Sure, I'm sure. They've had numerous choreographers, I'm sure, over the years, right?
Yes. It was Russell just for a very long time. And then when he retired, he gave the line to Violet, which she was a former Rockette. And that's who I came in under, Violet Holmes. And nowadays they do have different choreographers that come in and work with the ladies.
That is so beautiful. We're just about out of time. Before we go, though, would you like to shout out to anyone? And, any shout out?
Oh, just shout out to all of your listeners. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, Millie. Thank you for having me on your show. And to the Rockettes 100th anniversary, all the Rockettes and all of the dancers, all of the dreamers, keep going. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Oh, yeah. We want to mention, too, about this. It's the QR code there you can scan, right?
Yes. And that'll take you directly to my website where you can learn more about me. You can also find my books there, Dancing Jen. So you can just, on the line.
Yeah. Well, looks like it's right there. There we go. Just trying to get this one to come up. There it is.
Becoming spectacular. And that was, that picture is from my first Christmas show when I was 20 years old at Radio City.
It's amazing. That is, I didn't realize that was you until you really, take a good look. And I'm like, wow, look at that outfit. That was stunning.
Thank you.
Yes. And of course, I love that. There's that kick that we were talking
There's
about.
There's the kick.
High kick.
Yes.
Any final words of encouragement before we go, Jennifer?
Well, I would just like to say that each and every one of us are diamonds. And like I said, challenges and setbacks come in, and each time that happens, it's chiseling at that diamond, and it's forming under pressure. And when that happens, that is allowing us to shine even brighter. So please know, whatever is coming at you, that is only to make you grow and glow better. Get screened. Colorectal Cancer Alliance, Colon Cancer Coalition, they can help. Get screened, and always keep moving forward.
Amen. That's good stuff. Oh, yeah. And what's next for you? We want to know what's coming down the pipe, if we can, real quick.
Well, I have a commercial shoot coming up. I have the short film that I'm working on. I'm looking to get my book into a movie, so I'm working on that, and also, and of course, just celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Rockettes.
That is so wonderful. Congratulations, everyone. Miss Jennifer Jones, veteran actor, former Rockette dancer, and so much more. Thank you again. We can't thank you enough for stopping by, and we love you. We'll be looking for you. We'll go to your website. Okay, Jen?
Okay. Thank you. Love you back.
All right.